TBTL. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Hey Dummies. I am Andrew. I will be your dummy today, and I'm joining you from my studio. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I'm a little distracted. I was looking at the camera before and also sort of looking at the screen behind the camera, and I had some very major lazy eye situation going on. And so I'm trying not to look at the monitor right now. I'm just trying to look right at you, and I hope that both of my eyes are facing the right direction. If you are somebody who just walks around every day and enjoys the fact that both of your eyes move in the same direction at the same time, just embrace that, okay? Like, not all of us are so lucky to enjoy the smaller things in life, like having our eyes look in the same direction at all times. So anyway, that's where I am right now on this Friday. Where are you guys at? I got a question here from listener Ciara, who wrote in. In fact, this has been on the list for a while, and I'm bummed I didn't get to it sooner. I think it's the type of thing where I always say, "Oh, I'm going to think about this one a lot because I'm really going to nail the answer," and then I never feel like I come up with a satisfying answer for it. So I've been maybe putting it off subconsciously. But Ciara says, "Okay, here's a question for you guys. Would you eat the moon if it was made out of ribs?" Of course I would. Are you kidding me? I love ribs, and I rarely have them anymore. But Ciara says, just kidding. This is the real question. Man, I wish that was the real question. Can we just focus on that question? Can we think about the moon made of ribs? How would that even work? They're sort of like, they're straight, but they kind of curve a little bit. Do they form together? Is it just like the, what would it be, the circumference of the moon are the ribs, or is it ribs all the way through? Anyway, Ciara doesn't even care about that. She was just kidding. She says, JK, here's the real question. What celebrity do you think you could be best friends with based purely on the persona they put forth in the media, assuming that's who they really are, and why? Yeah, this is a tough one. Can we go back to the rib question? So I have been putting together a little list over here with my marker, trying to go through. I'm worried that a lot of these answers are going to seem very obvious at first because there are certain celebrities who have a reputation. Oh, we got a Bananas right here. She's not quite. Can you come over here, Bananas? There she is. You can see her ear. Look, that's one of the ears that we used to have to put medicine in a few weeks ago when she wasn't eating. We had to put this medicine that was like an appetite stimulant, and we actually rubbed it on the inside of her ear, and you just got to see the ear. So anyway, let's talk about celebrity friendships here. First of all, I just noticed that Ciara says best friends, which is going to complicate things a little bit when I get to my number one answer, I think. But here on this list is a true record of my honest-to-gosh brainstorming on this topic. The first name I wrote was Joel McHale. You know, I don't even watch that many things with Joel McHale in it. I guess Community. I watch a lot of Community, but Joel McHale used to be in Talk Soup. He's also a local guy. He's from around here, and he went to the UW. And, you know, I know that he's a huge UW fan. I think he's a big Mariners fan. And so and he's just like so gregarious. And I just heard he's so nice, you know, and I'm like, oh, I could go to a baseball game with him. I'm gonna forget about the fact that you said best friends, Ciara, because I'm sure he's already got a best friend. But with all of these, it's kind of like, it's not a matter of whether or not I like them. It's whether or not they would put up with me, really, right? And I don't know. I just feel like Joel McHale's probably too cool. Yeah, you know that he has cooler friends than me. And I think that I would love to hang out with Joel McHale. I don't see us probably becoming best friends. That's more on me than him. I wrote down Paul Rudd. Same kind of deal. Gregarious guy, known to be very, very nice and patient with fans. I feel like he would be a nice hang. But come on, you really think I'm going to be best friends with Paul Rudd? Like, again, he has limo drivers driving him around. Is he private jet? Yeah, is he? Yeah, Paul Rudd's private jet famous, right? I don't know what you have to do to get private jet these days. I wrote down Mina Kimes. I don't even know if a lot of you folks would know who Mina Kimes is, but for those who know, you know. I mean, she's an amazingly beautiful mind when it comes to football. Like, just incredible. She's a bit younger than me. Most of the people on this list are older than me, I think. Mina Kimes, I'm going to guess, is probably at least 10 years younger than me. Also, I mean, just too cool, probably. Again, she hangs out with probably some pretty glamorous people. And also, because she's in sports media, I feel like, I don't know, that just puts her out of best friends range for me. I don't think I'd be able to hold up my my end of the conversation with her much. I could pepper her with questions all the time, but I don't see her wanting to hang out with me that much, although I would like to meet her. Paul Giamatti is next on my list. Again, somebody who's a little bit older than me, which I think helps in this case. I think it's going to be harder for young... Oh, there's Bananas again. Hey, buddy. I think it's going to be... By the way, if you're wondering why I don't grab Bananas and put it in front of the camera the way I do with Bingo, is Bananas is a little bit more squirrely and a little bit more skittish. See, even me just saying the words "pick you up" and she ran off the table. It's not because I don't love her as much. I love them both. But I put Paul Giamatti on here. Again, he seems like a good guy. He seems, I mean, he always plays those sort of churlishy characters, which speaks to me, although I doubt he's actually churlish in real life. He seems down to earth. I would like to be friends with him, but again, like what? He's got this whole life already where he's been famous for so long. Like, who am I going to oust? I'm going to oust his best friend. But again, I guess that applies to everybody here. I also wrote, this might seem out of left field, Megan Mullally. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, which would be a problem if we're best friends. Like, that's not going to earn me any points with her if I can't pronounce her name correctly. But I think most people know who Megan Mullally is. She was on that sitcom in the 90s, which I great how am I blanking on it? It's not Grace Under Fire. You guys know the show I'm talking about. Also has been in a million comedy projects like Party Down, which is one of my favorite shows of Will and Grace, by the way. Will and Grace is what I was thinking of, not Grace Under Fire. And Megan Mullally just seems amazing, like an amazing hang. I mean, her and her husband, right? She's married. Are they married or just partners? Offerman, Nick Offerman, they both seem like amazing people. Maybe, that would be if I could kind of select like sort of a celebrity couple to be best friends with, man, it would be hard to top that, right? Except for maybe Goldie Hawn and, handsome boy. But yeah, boy, the final name on my list, though, is, I think, perfect in every way except for one major way, which is that he's already famously got a best friend, and that man is Sam Richardson. Do you guys know who Sam Richardson is? He was on the Detroiters. He and Tim Robinson created and starred in the Detroiters together, and then, of course, Tim Robinson goes on to do I Think You Should Leave, which Luke and I are obsessed with and talk about on the podcast all the time. Sam Richardson is a regular on that show in various sketches. He was on Veep. He plays Richard Splett on Veep. By the way, with the exception of forgetting Goldie Hawn's husband's name, who is Kurt Russell, I gotta say, I am doing amazing at dropping celebrity names on the fly. Like, yes, I've written down some, but I didn't have Nick Offerman on this list. That came right off the dome, my friends. Same with Goldie and what's his name, handsome boy. But Sam Richardson seems like such a down-to-earth guy. I follow him on social media, so I've kind of got that parasocial relationship going. He seems like America's best friend to me right now. But again, the biggest flaw here is he's famously best friends with Tim Robinson. I mean, they're both from Detroit. They worked on all these projects together during baseball season. They go out together to Detroit Tigers games and throw out the first pitch. They're at all the Lions games. I mean, they are for maybe for that generation, like the world's best friends. So I wouldn't be replacing Tim Robinson here, but maybe we could all hang out together sometimes, and maybe Sam secretly thinks of me as his best friend. But also, why do we have to choose? Can't we all just be really good buds? Speaking of buds, what about Petey? As in Petey USA, who is both a TikTok star and a musician. In fact, I have our buddy Hauser, aka J Dog, gifted me a Petey record, "Lean Into Life." Look, it says "Come on, buddy" on the back of it. Could I be best friends with that guy? No, I probably couldn't. He's too cool for me. And also, I just feel like he's busy, man. He's always doing something. If he's not making TikToks that are blowing up, then he's on tour. He's making another record. He ain't got time for me, which is sort of an insult to everybody else on this list because it implies that they do have time for me. Ciara, I'm in my head on this a little bit, but I think I've identified it. If anybody knows Sam Richardson, please ask him if he will be best friends with me. And we'll leave it there for now. All right, everybody. What a weird Hey Dummies video. Hey, I'm still just coming off a vacation and kind of getting my sea legs underneath me, or my land legs, whatever. But I would love to get some more questions from you guys. It could be like Ciara's first question, asking us if we would eat the moon if it was made out of ribs, or it can be like her second question, which is a little bit more down to earth. Whatever it is, email me, andrew@tbtl.net. Put Hey Dummies in the subject line, and I will do my best to stumble through it the way I stumbled through this one. All right, everybody, we'll talk to you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye now. Are my eyes both pointing in the same direction?